I'm John Hendricks. It's Friday, June 27th. Today, walking the walk.
I think they did a very nice job. I think it looks really nice.
After 46 years, Portage and Main opens to pedestrians. On day one, what do people think? Also today, the bus stops here.
All their routes are going to be completely different.
Winnipeg Transit set to launch its revamped bus network. Why you may need to rethink your routes. Plus, a wild sight.
So I opened it and all I saw was a moose standing there. And I was like, what?
A close encounter of the moose kind. What a Manitoba woman did next after spotting the large animal.
And a tornado warning is in effect right now, issued by Environment Canada for this severe thunderstorm just southeast of Assisipi Provincial Park. It could be producing a tornado. If you are in the area, seek shelter immediately.
Oh, I love the idea of it opening.
Finally! So excited.
I love it. It's great. Feels free.
That was the reaction today from Winnipeg's most iconic intersection. Portage and Main is now open to pedestrians for the first time since 1979. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Marilee Caruso is off today. It's the intersection where people have gathered by the thousands to protest injustice and celebrate victories. Portage and Main. Now, as you can see right here now on our CTV Live Eye, the barricades, a fixture of the intersection for decades, are down. And live at Portage and Main is CTV's Taylor Brock. Taylor, show us around right now.
Well, as you know, we are right here at Portage and Main. We're going to try to cross this. This has been very busy today here at Portage and Main. Some folks who are crossing for the very first time. We know that this reopened this morning. We were just chatting with some folks actually we're going to actually walk a little faster because we're running out of time here. These are obviously very busy, lots of vehicles. You're going to want to stay safe here. We did just a moment ago chat with a woman who said it normally takes her 5 minutes to cross here at Portage and Main in the underground. Instead, 30 seconds today. It's a big difference. We are seeing lots, as I mentioned, folks out here. It's a little busy. Make sure you are staying safe. Now, the concrete barriers that have been preventing these crossings since 1979, and advocates here are excited for the opening, saying it's a great day for Winnipeg.
I think they did a very nice job. I think it looks really nice, and this is one of the things that we were pointing to. This is a much more people-friendly design. I think you've got tens of thousands of people working within a few steps of this intersection, and I think we're going to see that life come back into this intersection very quickly.
This really is a generational change for Winnipeg, and it seems so simple that we're going to be able to just cross an intersection, but it really is, I think, a bold declaration that shows that accessibility matters, that economic activity matters for Winnipeg, and that also a downtown community that is vibrant is a priority.
As you can see, John, very busy here. Make sure folks are staying safe. Construction work here actually started at the end of 2024. Another price tag for all of this work is pegged at around $73 million. Now, CTV's Jeff Keel was down here when the barricades came down this morning and talked to folks as they crossed the intersection for the first time. And we're going to hear what folks have to say about it, whether it's the good or the bad, coming up at 6 o'clock.
Okay, thank you, Taylor. Stay safe out there. Another big change for commuters is coming this weekend. Winnipeg Transit launching its new bus network. It means that almost every route in the city will change. Winnipeg Transit says there'll be more frequent service on major roads connected to smaller routes to reach residential areas. Many bus stop locations will also change. Transit says the new system will be more efficient and more reliable. It also means that riders will need to change the way they think about their regular routes. Winnipeg Transit is placing travel trainers at bus stops around the city. Now, they'll be wearing blue vests and will help riders to navigate the new system. You can get more information at winnipegtransit.com. CTV weather specialist Colleen Brady joins us with your first look at your Skywatch evening forecast, and you're tracking some pretty unsettled weather, Colleen.
That's right. Pardon my notes. I had to scratch this down. This situation is evolving rapidly. A tornado-warned storm right now is in progress. Environment Canada has issued this tornado warning out around the Assissippi Provincial Park area. Now, this has shifted a little bit in the last few minutes. So as of right now, it's believed this storm is about 7 kilometers south of Assissippi Provincial Park. It's moving northeast at about 20 kilometers an hour. It looks like it's producing up to Toonie-sized hail and wind gusts up to 100 kilometers an hour. But Environment Canada feels that this storm may also be producing a tornado right now. This is a life-threatening situation. So if you are in that area or in that path, get to a shelter immediately, because like I say, this is very serious. There are severe thunderstorm watches in effect for areas further south, but this area lighting up in red just to the east of where that tornado may be in progress right now. We have a severe thunderstorm warning, so that's where that storm is headed. So again, if you are in those areas, seek shelter immediately. Let's take a look right now through the Bath Fitter Live Eye. Bath Fitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years, and looking right down onto Portage and Main. 25 degrees. It's windy. Winds coming out of the south-southwest. With the humidex, it feels like 29. The pressure's rising and the humidity is at 53%. A live look out into traffic. Or maybe just we'll keep looking at Portage and Main. No, we'll go over to Osborne Street. A parking lot right now, only because cars are stopped at the light, but moving well there. But again, keep in mind, as you know, Portage and Main is now open to pedestrian traffic.
All right, thanks, Colleen. I know you'll continue to watch that system. Now, she is Manitoba's accessibility minister, and a hot mic moment has her in hot water. At a recent event, Nahani Fontaine was caught on camera complaining about the sign language interpreter that she was sharing the stage with. In the clip, which you're about to see, Fontaine is heard saying the woman was distracting her and shouldn't have been on the stage.
Because the woman, she shouldn't have been on the stage. I couldn't see anything on the stage, and all I could see her was her.
Fontaine, who's also the province's Minister of Gender Equality, was speaking at an event Thursday that was meant to celebrate the Indigenous women's graduating class of 2025. In a statement to CTV News, Minister Fontaine says she was reflecting on her public speaking performance and writes, "I had been distracted by the interpreter's hand movements. I was expressing frustration on my poor planning, ensuring clear sight lines for all graduates. My comments did not acknowledge that signing is not simply hand movements, but a full and rich language used by thousands of Manitobans every day. I sincerely apologize to the deaf community and to all Manitobans for my comments." Minister Fontaine says she has spoken with the sign language interpreter who was on stage with her that day and has offered her a formal and personal apology. The province is urging people to be careful this weekend, even though provincial burn and travel restrictions have been rescinded. All restrictions in the entire burn permit area, which you can see on your screen, ended this morning at 8 a.m. However, you're still not allowed to travel in the backcountry of an active fire zone, and your local municipality may have its own restrictions in place. Officials are reminding people fireworks are not allowed in provincial parks, and a permit is required to set off fireworks within the burn permit area. Anyone outside of those areas is encouraged to contact their municipality for permitting. Now, in its latest update, the province says there is a greater wildfire risk in the southern and northeastern areas of the province. There are now 17 active wildfires in Manitoba, one fewer than Thursday. Today is also the final day that you can donate to the Red Cross and have it matched dollar for dollar by the provincial and federal governments. The Winnipeg Fire Paramedic Service has a warning tonight after a lithium-ion battery started a house fire in the North End. The fire was on the 400 block of Magnus Avenue last night around 10. Firefighters entered the house and put the fire out. Now, everyone was able to get out safely and no one was hurt. The preliminary investigation suggests that the fire was accidental and caused by the failure of a lithium-ion battery or charger. And now, officials say when charging anything with a battery, there is a risk of fire. Now, you can protect yourself by always following the manufacturer's instructions, using only the battery and charging cables that came with your item, unplugging the item once it's fully charged, and avoid charging on soft surfaces like your bed or a couch. It's also recommended that you stop using or charging your item if you notice that your batteries are giving off too much heat, making odd noises, leaking, changing shape or color, or showing signs of corrosion. A veteran Winnipeg sportscaster is set to receive one of Canada's top honors. More local news is just ahead.
The Canadian economy contracted in April by 0.1%, and no surprise, the biggest decline came in manufacturing. That's the month tariffs would have hit hard, with Canadian steel, aluminum, and auto sectors all targeted. Manufacturing was down almost 2%, the biggest drop in 4 years. Statistics Canada also released an early estimate for May's GDP, predicting another drop of 0.1%. Here's how the trading day ended. The Canadian dollar is down to 72.96. West Texas Intermediate is up to 65.52. Our fix on Western Canadian Select has it up to 53.55. And the TSX was on its way to a record close, but slumped after Trump announced he's terminating trade talks with Canada. It dropped 59 points to 26,692. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
It should be a little easier to plan your route during this upcoming winter season. A new report says the city is ready to launch a GPS tracking system for all sidewalk snow clearing equipment, which you'll be able to access. The Public Service says it'll offer a near real-time look at citywide sidewalk and pathway clearing. The city has budgeted more than $45.7 million for the 2025 season, which is the highest amount since at least 2015. That said, it's still under the 10-year rolling average of $53 million. A teenager in northern Manitoba has been seriously injured in a machete attack. It happened early Tuesday morning in Thompson. Now, RCMP were called to an assault and found a 15-year-old boy who had been seriously injured. Police say that he was attacked by a group of teens armed with machetes. The injured boy was taken to hospital. Police arrested 3 teens, a 16, 17, and 18-year-old. The 18-year-old is in custody, charged with aggravated assault. RCMP say they expect to make more arrests. A veteran Winnipeg sportscaster who has become a strong advocate for addiction recovery is set to receive the Order of Canada next week. Scott Oak co-founded the Bruce and Ann Oak Memorial Foundation and the Bruce Oak Recovery Center, named in honor of his late son. Oak is scheduled to receive our country's highest civilian honor on Canada Day in Ottawa. He'll be joined there by Vancouver-born actor Ryan Reynolds and musician Heather Rankin, among many others. 3 other Manitobans were previously named to the Order of Canada in December. Disability champion Orlin Backstrom, veterinarian Kenneth Mould, and journalist John Longhurst were among 88 new appointees. Members of the order are honored for their distinguished service to a particular community or field. A local venue is celebrating a milestone with a series of concerts that music lovers just won't want to miss. Spotlight is next.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Brett Kissel.
Colleen Brady has your Spotlight today. And Colleen, a big anniversary for a local venue in South Osborne.
It sure is, John. The Park Theatre turns 20 and it's celebrating with the biggest series in its history, 20 shows in 1 month. That's Ron Sexsmith. He's just one of the many performers booked for the park this fall. For 2 decades, the Park Theatre has been Winnipeg's home for live music, comedy, and unforgettable nights out. Also in the lineup is Great Lakes swimmers and Elliott Brood. And the park anniversary show is slated for September 19th with JP Ho and Friends. For the full schedule and tickets, go to myparktheatre.com.
Well, it sounds like a lot of good shows.
Yeah.
Well, with Canada Day on Tuesday, this is the beginning of a long weekend for a lot of people.
That's right, and there will be music fairs and a whole lot more. Here's a look at just some of the events taking place in Manitoba this weekend. Pretty long list, but it's only a few things. Break out your boots and dust off your cowboy hat. Dolphins Country Fest is back for another year. The annual summer kickoff this year features John Michael Montgomery, Lone Star, the Roadhammers, and more. Rainbow Stage will be rocking with its first summer musical. Rock of Ages tells the love story of a small-town girl and a city boy with an 80s rock soundtrack. The Turtle Island Neighborhood Center welcomes back the Sakiwe Festival with block parties and marketplaces. The 134th Annual Dolphin Fair is on all weekend. Killarney has its 143rd Fair Days with a parade, chuck wagon races, a cattle show, and family entertainment. The Heartland Rodeo takes place at the Miami Fair and Rodeo. The McGregor Fair promises a weekend packed with family fun, food, and music. Afrobeats highlight the Loveville Music Festival at Assiniboia Downs. Summer of Sound brings together electronic music lovers at Red River X Park. The Forks wraps up its Many Nations One Heartbeat cultural celebration. Winnipeg Beach has a weekend worth of Canada Day celebrations. Expect a positively perfect lineup at the second Winnipeg International Feline Film Festival. The Bonsai Society of Winnipeg celebrates its 40th anniversary with an exhibition at WAG Haumayork. And Grand Marais Community Centre puts the focus on the local makers at its second annual Artisans at the Beach Festival.
There is a lot to do this weekend.
Is.
Well, fantastic. Now, Colleen, I have to confess that I am not much of a cook, although I have to say I have perfected making spaghetti.
There you go.
Almost as if I had studied under an old master from Italy. That's how good it is. Nothing else, though.
No.
Literally, that's the only other thing I can make.
I'm with you, Derek.
But there are people who do enjoy cooking and are quite good at it. And for those people, you have some fantastic news.
Yes, thank goodness. For the chefs out there, there's a new cookbook to add to your collection.
My very own cookbook, One Plate at a Time, coming spring of next year. Isn't she
Demi
gorgeous?
Lovato has announced her very own cookbook called One Plate at a Time. The pop star said the book is filled with simple and comforting recipes. It will be available March 31st next year.
You know, I'm going to go ahead on a limb here and say I think I can still cook better than Demi Lovato.
I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
I guess we'll see. Pick up the book next year. We'll find out.
You got it. I will. I'll report back to you.
Okay.
A who's who of A-listers continues to arrive in Venice.
They sure do. They are there for Amazon billionaire Jeff Bezos' wedding to Lawrence Sanchez. Celebrity arrivals on Thursday included Kim Kardashian, Usher, Bill Gates, and Tom Brady, joining the likes of Oprah Winfrey, Kylie Jenner, and the Queen of Jordan. 3 days of lavish wedding festivities have begun, with over 200 high-profile guests expected at a cost of up to $80 million. However, not all locals are celebrating. Some are protesting so-called over-tourism in their city. I guess they didn't get the invite.
I guess we didn't get the invite.
No, we
I kept
didn't.
waiting, and it hasn't arrived as yet.
We could have brought the spaghetti.
I would have.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Kick off your weekend with Celebrity Jeopardy at 7, then dive into the drama with Fear Thy Neighbor, and don't miss E-Talk to wrap things up at 10:30. It's all right here on CTV. A live look out onto the St. James Bridge. Well, no, it looks like they're heading north. Plenty of folks heading southbound to get their long weekend started. Coming up, I will show you where that tornado-warned thunderstorm has moved to next.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Now, how cute is this guy? Now, this is Roxy. Roxy was out chasing that butterfly. Very cute. This was out in the backyard in Transcona. That one is from Susan Henke. Very cute photo there. Thank you so much for sending that in. That made our day here. We love to see cute puppies enjoying the summer sunshine. Well, now to more serious scenario we've got playing out right now out in the southwestern part of the province. We still have a severe thunderstorm that is tornado warned, meaning that Environment Canada has issued an outright tornado warning. Now, this storm, I'm going to show you this right now. At this point, the latest we have is that it is 5 kilometers south of Inglis. It's moving east at about 25 kilometers an hour. It is producing hail up to the size of toonies, wind gusts up to and perhaps in excess of 100 kilometers an hour, and this storm may well also be producing a tornado. So if you are in that area, this is a life-threatening situation to be taken very seriously. Please seek shelter immediately. But that's not the only area that is seeing some active weather in that region. We've got all these areas in the southwest, including both Brandon and Dauphin, under a severe thunderstorm watch. That means storms that are developing there, and there are some could become severe. Where they are severe is just to the east of where we're seeing that storm that could well be producing a tornado. So there's a couple of storms that are deemed serious enough to be considered severe right now. One tucked up there just under Lake Winnipegosis around Pelican Rapids. So anytime you have a severe thunderstorm, whether there's a tornado watch or warning in effect or not, there is always the potential for it to produce a tornado. Further north as well, scattered showers expected tonight across the north, also with the risk of thunderstorms there. Of course, the precipitation needed. What with the wildfire situation, but we don't need any lightning strikes. Now, overnight, we could see some showers or thunderstorms here in Winnipeg and the surrounding regions, even as early as late this evening, but overnight as well, taking us into Saturday morning before that starts to move off. So I'll move quickly, where we could see more scattered shower activity throughout the province late on Saturday, overnight, and into Sunday. We can see some rain passing through central areas in the northern Interlake. For tonight for Winnipeg, again, there's that possibility of showers or thunderstorms late tonight or overnight. We drop down to 17. 28 tomorrow, a mix of sun and cloud with the possibility of late afternoon showers or thunderstorms. And that risk of thunderstorms takes us into Sunday, potentially even into Monday. Canada Day, sunny with a nice high of 26 degrees, and then a little hotter Wednesday, Thursday. To our weather photos we go. This first one is a beautiful look at that colorful sky over Roblin, Manitoba. That photo is from Trina, and this is a nice one too. You can see baby hitching a ride there with mama. That is here in Winnipeg. That photo is from Barb and Dallas. Send us yours to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
Thanks, Colleen. A Westman woman had an unexpected visitor on Wednesday. Christine Paddock was surprised to spot this young moose munching in the field across from her house. Now, while seeing a moose in the area isn't completely rare, Paddock says she hasn't seen one for a while. Now, she carefully and quietly walked onto her deck and began snapping photos of the animals snacking. She says that it's a gift to see wildlife and calls the sighting a lucky encounter.
No kidding.
Yeah, amazing animal. I don't know if I'd want to get that close.
It is a little close for comfort, yeah.
All right, we will see you again at 6 o'clock.